Good morning. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, June 7th. It is 9:03. Um, I'm here to talk to you guys about meditation. I do so much meditation in the morning. So whenever I get on here live, you'll hear me in my meditative voice, which is the one that I'm using now. I'm still in that relaxed meditative state. So it makes you pretty smooth, like calm waters, like a really calm body of water. And there's so much that can be said about that because you are water. So this morning, I just want to kind of share with you some of the things that I do to get into my meditative state and help you to be able to do that for yourselves. I'm so glad to see you here. Thanks for joining me. Um, Knowing that you're water, especially like, I don't know if you're a water sign, right? Well, I guess there are air signs, earth signs, and fire signs. So, any one of those, just imagine yourself merging with that element and becoming one with that element. So for me, I'm going to talk about water. But again, if you are earth, I want you to imagine the earth and all of its natural minerals and everything that you sense when you maybe stand with bare feet in the cool grass, or if you are an air sign, feel the wind blowing on your face, through your hair, on your body, and then just feel yourself becoming one with the flow of the wind, which is, I guess, an air sign. Okay, and then if you are a fire sign, which I always tell everybody that I am a Leo disguised as a Cancer because I am on the cusp of Cancer and Leo. So if you're a fire sign, just imagine how beautiful that flame is. And just imagine yourself just as vigorous as that moving flame as it appears to ascend into the air. So, because we're becoming one with these elements, it puts us in a frequency where we can then meditate. Now you can be more open to the information superhighway, and we are not talking about the World Wide Web. We're talking about what the World Wide Web is patterned after. So you're going to become one with that element, and you're going to allow this energy to flow through you. And if it's something that makes you nervous, then the main thing that you want to do is set your intention. And even if you verbally speak your intention, that this is for the greatest good only, and that you are inviting only information of the greatest good coming from your higher power, which, if you're already established in that, you already know that that is of the greatest good. You already know that you don't invite anything less than into your world. So just be very mindful about your intentions. Make sure you speak those intentions. Make sure that you are feeling into it. So meditation is about letting go. It's about letting go of your thoughts. It's about letting go of your feelings. It's about letting go of anything that causes you to kind of like, when you think about holding something, you're gripping it, right? You have to grip it. But when you let go, there's no grip. So the same thing. Breathe. Let go of anything that is causing you to tense up. You want to be completely fluid here. And when you do that, now you're free to allow the greatest good in. It wasn't until I did that that I heard the birds outside chirping. They were always chirping, but I wasn't listening. I didn't hear them. Now all of a sudden I heard them. Does that make sense? So when you are going to be meditating, you're going to allow information in the form of downloads that come through that frequency, and they come up in your mind. So you have your mind's eye, which allows you to see with your eyes closed. Because right now, even though my eyes are closed, if I tell you that I'm seeing an ocean, you clearly know that there's not an ocean in front of me right now at this moment. I'm sitting in front of my computer, in front of a camera. Hi, Uno. Thank you for being here. You know, you make me so happy. But with my eyes closed, I can see an ocean. So that's the same thing that you're going to start to do, is you're going to start seeing things once you have cleared your mind and got into this meditative state. The greatest good is going to start implanting things in your mind. As a matter of fact, I saw a video this morning where they used the affirmation about speaking to your superconscious mind, saying that I'm inviting I think it was something like, I'm inviting the universal intelligence of my superconscious mind to tell me what my true purpose in life is. And so when you do things like that, you start to receive information that just makes sense, and it just comes to mind. And these are not your ideas, and they may seem like your ideas, especially when they are things that are familiar to you, because you've seen these things before with your mind's eye. However, you've never acted upon them, or you thought they may have been perhaps unattainable or too good for you. The fact of the matter is, if you can think it, it can happen. If you can imagine it, it can happen. So it's not something that is out of our reach. We were created to be able to attain the things that we receive. And so just like with meditation, you're going to receive these things. And when you receive these things from your higher source, when you receive these things, it's because your higher source, or God, or whomever you believe in, wants these things for you. They want you to experience these things. So now your job is to allow that information in, and don't deny the information. You don't want to be in denial. Most of us may not see ourselves as millionaires or billionaires. But if you received the desire, it's usually because That's going to provide you the resources to be able to live out your purpose. And what is purpose? For many humans, for all humans, it involves servitude of some kind. You're going to be serving humanity in some way. And when you're living out your life purpose, it's like doing work that is fun, work that you like, work that does not feel like work. So much so that it's like, I'm getting paid for something that I love to do. Like, how is that possible? It's very possible. That is our human right. That's what we're supposed to be experiencing. You said, same here. As soon as I saw your notification, I had to come. Say hola. Thank you. I know you're usually at work at this time. I appreciate you coming through. I have so much affection for you, Uno. So these things are attainable and they are there for us to, first of all, exercise our basic human rights. It is our right as humans to have these things. We were created to enjoy life, not to suffer, even though suffering is a learning experience. We learn a lot from it, but we gain a lot from it. Not to say that we should be martyrs, we're not intentionally going out there and suffering. Even though I laugh at myself sometimes because I sure jump head in a lot, especially when it comes to certain things that other people wouldn't jump head in with. So, yeah, but just, learn to get into this meditative state. Understand that the more practice that you have, the better you're going to become at it, and the more your whole life becomes a meditation. You start to be more cognizant of the fact that you're receiving downloads and that these are from sources that are here to guide you and protect you and to keep you safe from harm so that you can live your best life. You'll start to recognize these thoughts and these ideas and this information that's being recycled throughout time and all of humanity and falling into your hands. That is an honor, a blessing, a privilege. So when you receive these things, handle them with care because they've been placed in your care for a reason. This gives you self esteem because you know that you are worthy of handling this task. You will not have received it were you not qualified. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh no, you are so sweet. When I read your messages, I get giddy. You make me feel really, really good. And that's why I say it's so divine. I appreciate your divinity. I appreciate the fact that you speak through that source because that's what I feel when I read your messages. And I appreciate that so much. Have a blessed day. Okay, I'll see you later on the replay. Thank you so much. So, yeah, guys, you really just want to remember these points because they're going to help you to stay in this meditative state. Your life becomes a prayer. I've mentioned that before. Your life becomes a prayer. Your whole life is a meditation. And this is with intention. This is with intention. Really loud vehicle just drove past, so I hope you can still hear me. So, you're meant to do great things, human being. You're meant to be great. You are meant to be great. So remember that. You have all of the tools. It gives you the self esteem to know that you were created to handle the task. Never should you shrink. Don't ever shrink back. Don't ever shrink away from honoring that task because that task was deliberately and intentionally given to you. So when I tell you to use intention and you know what that means, I also want you to recognize that these thoughts, these goals, these dreams, and these ambitions were given to you with intention. And if you are into all of this metaphysical stuff, you start to recognize that at some point, some of the things you are receiving are from your higher self, things that you've already planned for yourself. So let that marinate. And I want you to connect with the thought that there's a you looking at you, a you guiding you, a you who feeds you information and who knows who the real, use your name here, who the real July is. Sometimes people call it their alter ego. Usually they have qualities and power unlike the human form version of themselves that they're used to. But when you tap into that, you recognize that these are traits that are available for you right now. And all you have to do is step into that role, step into that position, and walk in those shoes. And so, yeah, people may think you're being different, which is fine. But when you have goals and things that you're accomplishing in harmony with your purpose, we all know what they say about doing the same things over and over and over and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. We don't want to do that. When you are ready, you will do what it takes. And so you're going to find yourself like giving up something, right? Like making a sacrifice. Have you ever thought that the whole thing about like gods and sacrifices was symbolic? And that maybe it means that you, created by God, who is part of God, you are in God's image. Therefore, you are God. God is in you. Have you ever thought that when God's make sacrifices, they are things that you don't want to give up in life? If you hear about God's sacrificing their children, we're not talking about our real physical human children. We may be talking about something that is a habit that we are so attached to that it can be viewed as a child, or, you know, I've heard people say some of their hobbies or habits or belongings, they'll call it their baby, right? So things like that, if it's something that's not helping you, that's not serving you and your well-being, and you know that you have like a really strong attachment to it, that's the ultimate sacrifice, and that will help you lunge forward. Lately, you guys have been hearing me talk about how I deactivated a lot of my social media. That's a huge sacrifice. Social media is my baby. And so I did temporarily deactivate it, but I'm saying like it was, I went through withdrawals. And I miss the people. I love the people, but I don't miss staying stagnant. I now have more time and space to be more creative and to create the things that are, serving me and that are going to help me serve humanity better. So I see I came up on 20 minutes of live. I don't want to make this video long, but just want you guys to know to do your meditation, allow those creative juices to come through, and don't fail to act on them. As a matter of fact, don't waste any time. If you don't waste any time, I promise you things will start to manifest like this for you. Things will start to manifest as soon as you state them. You state them, and they come into your life just like that. I had a manifestation that there was an idea that came into my mind on Sunday night. And so it was Saturday night. And then on Sunday night, it manifested. And I was just like, wow, like that's really fast. I have been practicing with smaller things, and I see that it can happen just like that. Really, really fast once you get in that flow. So you guys stay in flow, trust the process, trust yourselves, and understand that you're meant to be great. You're created to be great. You're created to do great things. You weren't created for nothing. You're created for something. So find out what that something is. I love you guys, and I hope you get some meditation in today. And I will see you next week. You guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday.